What's up, guys? It's Cherry Hefner coming to you with a little, I guess, review, kind of like a Yelp review about Liq Podcast. It was cool. First time ever being in that type of environment, but I couldn't consider it a podcast. I feel like it's like more of a ratchet TV show more than anything. Like, they have the podcast vibes, they have the equipment, whatever, but I feel like it shouldn't be a podcast. Or at least called a podcast. Because I only say that it gets loud. There wasn't a lot of communication involved. They weren't prepared for a lot of it, it seems. Even though with the following they have and the events they've had before and prior, I feel like they'd already get that shit down and be like, hey, be respectful. I mean, it's obvious common sense. Yes, people should have common sense, but you still gotta say it. You still gotta have it in writing. Just saying, hey, be quiet, be respectful, bring this, bring that, because I felt like I said, they were unprepared. They brought alcohol. They told you couldn't bring glass bottles, which I wish they would have told you prior, because then some of us, we're females, we don't want to go out on the streets. They're just the location of it all, which kind of like, it's LA, don't get me wrong, it's LA, but as a female, it's kind of gets scary at night, especially at certain times. But it would have been nice to know, hey, no alcohol. We would have just pre-gamed, went in there, or put it in water bottles because they were cool with it. Just do that. Also, ask us to bring water, or at least sell water. They sold shots. Why didn't they sell water on the side? Some of us don't drink. We're gonna be there for a few hours. What it started? It said we had to be there by 8:30. We didn't get in the area, into the podcast area until about like 9:10, which is crazy to me. But then again, it's their podcast, so they don't have to be timed or whatever. I mean, timing, yes, on their thing, but yeah, they don't have to be like, oh, we gotta be on, right on the dot. It was fun. It was ratchet. The women, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Beautiful queens. Beautiful women. Some of them were a little haters, you could tell. It was just like, we're all beautiful here. Everybody's beautiful. Some of you are fucking baddies. Just don't let your ego get there. We all gotta keep each other empowered, but we also need to keep each other in check. The rappers were dope. Some of them should have played second songs before their first songs, because a lot of them sound like every other rapper. It's just you're getting lost in the mix. But when they brought out their second songs, you can see the difference. You can see their character. You can see them, as their singer, as a rapper. It was really cool. I was there for my homegirl, Tweety B. Follow her, cornbread booty. She did a great job. Shout out to the guys that took the freaking judgment and the criticism. Shout out to them, because they came in hot. They came in hard. They were trying to compete, and she just kept coming. And then they were putting their songs out, and they were up there, side by side. And the reason why she was up there was she was catchy. Sadly, she lost at the last round. Give her props for that, for staying on the last round. It takes a lot, especially with all the talent that was there. That's the cool part of you get to see new talent, you get to see all that stuff, but the lack thereof is, like I said, it lacks the podcast part, only because people are so loud. People are just trying to talk. People are excited. You're hyped because, like I said, it's a party, and then you're trying to calm down. It's hard to get to that level in a second, especially in a timely manner. And that's where it falls through, because there were some stories I wish I would have heard. There was just some stories I wanted to hear. There's rappers that were like, I didn't even want to be a rapper. And it's just like, what? And then why are you here? But then they tell the story, and it's just like, okay, I respect that. There's people from LA, there's people out of state, that was cool having that. I love the diversity. That's LA, that's California. Gotta love the diversity. Gotta love the people trying to live the dream out here. But yeah, it was good vibes until alcohol kicks in a little bit, Like I said, LA, gotta love LA, but there's a lot of gangs. You feel the animosity. You could tell everybody was keeping cordial, keeping polite, being respectful. But like I said, alcohol kicks in, demons come out. You can never control that part. That's when it got a little uncomfortable, but security, shout out to them. Mwah. Chef's kiss, kept everything regulated before it got escalated. Shout out to the hostess. Shout out to the DJ. All of them. They did a good job. They did a really good job. The host had some sunglasses. I want to know where they're from though. They're blue. They're really cute. Just saying. The setup was dope. I love the Simpsons shit. Love the vibe. It was dope. The couch, all of that stuff. It was really cool. I stood up the whole time. There was like benches on the back of me. There was an area where you could get like have a breather, check yourself in the mirror or whatever, and go back into the little stage area, which was really cool. Like I said, I wish it had more drink options like waters and stuff, or at least have people bring their own. That would have been nice. I was prepared though. I hate to be cocky like that. I was prepared only because I've been on a podcast once, which was really cool. Shout out to Palm. He prepared me for that. So I came with my fan. I came with my water. I felt bad for everybody else because I know they saw me with my water. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish I had more. But yeah, like I said, want to leave it off with the baddies. Beautiful. Beautiful. Setup was dope. Everything was dope. Location, dope. Can't be mad at it. We already know what LA. We gotta be prepared for the outside. But inside was dope. Other than that, I would definitely go on again. I would definitely go and cheer on whoever goes there. I love to see new artists. I love to see new people trying to come up. I like to see people how they dress. They're pretty dope. I loved all the outfits that people came in. They're creative, the fashion, all that stuff. I love it. Definitely. All LA vibes. All LA love. So with that, love and light. But I can still fight. Don't get me fucked up. Love you guys. Peace.